Hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you will like and subscribe to my channel and you will share this video with somebody else. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm asking you to help me grow my channel. I'd like to talk today to you about a subject that's really on my mind. The title would be Your Opinion Matters. I'll say that again. Your opinion matters. I'll define opinion for you. Opinion, a view or a judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. Now, it could be based on a fact or knowledge, but it doesn't have to be necessarily based on fact or knowledge. Opinion is also defined as a view, a belief, a conviction, a persuasion, a sentiment, or a judgment one holds as true. So you believe things to be true, and that becomes your opinion. You view things as true, and therefore that becomes your opinion. Your opinion matters, and everybody's opinion matters. If you do not share the same opinion as someone, if you do not respect their opinion, allow them to have their opinion. We should always believe that someone's thought on something, whatever particular subject it might be, that there is room for conversation on that subject. That it is a natural thing if someone has a different opinion on a subject than you do. We should never allow ourselves to believe that a person who has a different opinion from us deserves to be hurt in any way. You don't have to accept their opinion. You don't have to even respect their opinion. But you must allow them to have an opinion. And you must respect the fact that they as a human being and as a member of society has the right to an opinion that is different from yours. Respect someone's right to have an opinion. No one deserves to be belittled, to be an outcast, to be hurt, and definitely not to be murdered for their opinions. Their opinion matters, and your opinion matters. Respect everyone's right to have an opinion. I've lived on this earth for over 50 years. I've been in the United States for many, many years. I was not born here, but I came as a young person. And people have had many different opinions about me. Some good and some bad. There was a man several years ago when I was young. I was probably 19, 20 years old. And I ran around, just always hanging out. Not really on the streets, but just always out there, just running around, having fun, having a great time. And there was a guy that decided he wanted to rebuke me. And so he came up to me one time and he started rebuking me and telling me I was not living right and that I needed to change my ways and and I was a sinner. And he had no mercy for for me as a person, and he had no respect for me as a person. And he told me that the way I was living, even though he didn't really know me, that I was going to hell and that I needed to change my ways. And I was just a young man, always out there having fun, laughing, joking, just having a good time. But he told me I was not living right and I needed to change my ways or else I would go to hell. And I remember in the conversation, he finally asked me, he was respectful enough to at least ask me for my name. And so I told him my name. I said, my name is Enoch. Now, mind you, this man was studying to be a preacher. And so he looked at me and he said, Enoch? I said, yes, my name is Enoch. He said, where did you get a name like that? And I said, from the Bible. If you read the Bible, you would know the name Enoch. It is in the Bible. You are a person studying to be a preacher, and you are rebuking me for the way you say I'm living, but you don't even know that my name, Enoch, is in the Bible. Of course, back in those days, I was very argumentative if somebody got me to that point. And so his opinion of me was very negative. I did not respect his opinion of me. I did not have an opinion of him to say that he shouldn't be a preacher, because that's what he was studying to be, because of his negative opinion of me. I left that up to him and God. But I would pray and hope that he learned something that day and changed the way he approached people with his opinion of them. But I had no right to try and hurt his feelings because of his negative opinion of me. I had no right to disrespect him because of his negative opinion of me. I had no right to try to hurt him. And when I say hurt him, I mean hurt him physically because of his negative opinion of me. And I definitely would have never had a right to kill anyone, him included, because of his negative opinion of me. I listened to what he had to say. I knew he was wrong because I know who I am. And even back then, when I was young and crazy and running around trying to only have fun, I knew I was a child of God. And so when someone came and judged me, if they were not judging me righteously, I left them to their opinion. And I knew that I was okay because I knew who I was. And I know who I am. So I say this to say, your opinion matters. My opinion matters. A person who disagrees with you, opinion matters. A person must be allowed to have an opinion. Like and subscribe once again to my channel, and definitely share this with a friend. I think we all need to know that we live in a world today where a person can be killed for their opinions. You may not like what they have to say, but just because you don't like it does not mean that they deserve to be armed, to be hurt, to be destroyed, or to be killed. Pray for America. America needs prayer right now. Thank you, and I appreciate you listening. Have a good day.